welcome to Style Surge. I'm Lauren of Lauren Leslie Studio, and I'm so glad you're here. In this class, I'm going to be teaching you how to develop your own illustration style, specifically with regards to creating your own figurative illustrations and character development. So the most difficult thing I've found is that people create one or two illustrations and then they feel like they suck and they quit, they give up. Meanwhile, everything that you want is on the other side of consistency. Do you really think the masters of illustration only created one or two designs and got to where they are now? No, of course not. They practiced and practiced and practiced and created a huge amount of work before they slowly kind of developed their style to where it is today. I guarantee that your favorite illustrators created a ton of work, and throughout that journey, kind of this magical thing happened where the combination of their own originality, their experience, their creativity, and their design wisdom started to kind of build up and emerge as a wonderfully authentic style that was original to them. So that's kind of how it works, and there's no reason why you can't do the exact same thing. All you need is a proven methodology, which I will teach you in this class. You just need to believe in yourself a little bit and create a consistent practice of creating illustration work in order to develop your own style. So as a disclaimer, you're not going to watch a few videos in this Skillshare class and then walk away suddenly having your own style. You have to do the work, obviously. But what I will do in this class is teach you my proven methodology so that you can follow these steps and create your own style for yourself. So what you need for this class can differentiate a little bit depending on how you want to work. If you want to work digitally and you have an iPad Pro with your iPad pencil, then this is how I'm gonna work throughout the class, but you can totally work traditionally as well, creating sketches with graphite pencils, pens, regular paper, tracing paper, and then using your scanner to then scan your hand-drawn or hand-painted work into your computer to then finalize in Photoshop or Illustrator. So in lesson 1, I'm going to teach you how to choose your style. Now this can change a little bit, so don't freak out and think that this is going to be your style forever or anything like that. This is simply a starting place. So there are a range of styles consistently seen in the marketplace that are sort of these broad styles that you're probably going to fall into one of these kind of buckets. Now, of course, your style will be different from everyone else's, but what I mean by that is your style going to be more modern, more traditional, something like that. So let's take a look at a few examples and see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can have a style that is more sort of fine art based, where you're using fine art mediums, scanning them in, and then manipulating them a little bit in Photoshop. Your style could be way more graphic, where you're creating things with the pen tool in Illustrator. Of course, you're gonna probably work from an initial sketch, but your finalized piece could look sort of like this piece here that you see. You could have a more dainty or soft style where the colors are sort of blended and you have some shading, and it does look like there's a bit of like a hand-painted element to this, but that could have been done digitally as well. Your style could be more simplistic, where you kind of recreate the same formula as you see in this slide here, where all of the characters' arms are kind of out the same way and you're seeing a lot of nice repetition throughout, and the eyes are just kind of little dots. You could totally have a style that is more simplistic like this, which is really cute. I called this style boho because I wasn't quite sure how to define it, but if you see, there's sort of these flowers and some tropical elements, but there's also a flatness to it. So your style could be something more like this. Your style could be more modern, where again, you're kind of seeing this play between depth and flatness. Your style could be more maximalist by like this design here by Amber Davenport, where the whole page is filled with lots of elements, but it still doesn't feel too busy. It feels still very relatable and very cute. Your style could also be more whimsical, like you see here. Your style could be more cartoony and playful. Or it could be more vibrant and have a lot of motion involved if you want to create motion in your work. These are all things to kind of pay attention to when you are trying to decide on a style for yourself. Now, like I said, this is not locking you into one concrete style, it's just a starting place, but try to identify what you're most attracted to and what feels the most like the type of style you want to create, and then we'll go from there. Now, lesson 2 is going to be all about researching your inspirations. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm huge on actually doing your research before you start. Okay, so you're going to want to go to Pinterest, and this is just an illustration board that I have, and you want to collect different images of character designs and illustrations that you feel is the most like your style. So here I have a board called Portraits of Women, where I've collected lots of different images of illustrators that I'm really inspired by. So from there, I want you to create a mood board. After you've collected all of your inspiration images, try to kind of group them together in terms of ideas that look a little bit similar or have kind of a similar theme or a similar vibe for you. So I've created 3 different ones. That's the first one. This is the second one. And here is the third one. So you can see these all kind of have a little bit more in common with each other. So you're going to want to create your own before you get started in creating your own designs. All right, let's dive into the next lesson.